Hi everyone, this week we're going to learn dapim Yud Daled, Tet Vav, Tet Zayin, and Yud Zayin in Masechet Sukkah. We spoke in the past about the schach. We will speak about it further in the future, but this week we're going to talk about three very important terms and that leads us into a lot of machlokot about the schach. So the first term we're going to meet is gzerat tikra, meaning we have to pay attention to the schach, which won't resemble our ceilings. In the ancient world, in the time of the Gemara and the Mishnah, people did not build their houses from cement, but they build it from beams, right? From wooden beams. So the question is, if I choose to build my sukkah and put wooden beams on top, how wide should there be to disqualify my sukkah? Meaning, I don't want my sukkah to resemble my house, so they can't be too wide in order to be schach kasher. So Rabbi Meir will teach us, you can't put a beam that resembles your house, and then when you lie underneath it at night during Sukkot, you will say, oh, am I in my sukkah or am I in my house? So we have to really pay attention to the width of these beam and the schach. The second term we're going to see this week is mefakpek o notel achat mibenehem. So the question is, what happens if you have a beautiful pergola in your backyard and the beams are very narrow, they're fine, they're not problematic even to Rabbi Meir, and you can just say, okay, my sukkah is ready, I don't have to do anything, maybe wrap around the fabric or build some walls, but the schach is already there. So mefakpek or notel achat mibenehem means that we have to lift them or move them around, the covering, the wood that is on top of my sukkah, because we want to do an active thing in order to build our sukkah and mainly our schach. We don't want to leave things as they are, even if they qualify as a kosher schach. So mefakpek or notel achat mibenehem, move them around or lift them to show yourself and to really create the sukkah and not just say it's already there. The third term we're going to meet this week as parutz ke'omed. Parutz ke'omed means that we can speak about it in terms of mechitzot, and we can speak about it in regarding to the sukkah. So in mechitzot, in barriers, there's an halachic discussion. What happens if I have a barrier, a mechitza, but there's also gaps between my mechitza, my different part of the mechitza, and what happens if the gaps are very wide, or the total amount of gaps is more than the mechitza itself. In regarding to a sukkah, it says, what happens if I have a kosher schach, but also a non-kosher schach on top of my sukkah? So what are the proportions that I need in order to keep my sukkah kosher? So we'll see the discussion about parutz ke'omed, the proportions between the kosher and the not kosher schach. Good luck with the learning, and I'll see you at the end of the week.